Guys, welcome back. I'm doing a quick movie review on Joy with J Law and Bradley Cooper and Robert De Niro and Isabella Rossellini. I have my tree behind me because I remembered I didn't utilize it in my other two actual holiday themed videos. And well, Joy was released on Christmas Day and it's the day after, but it's okay. Everybody usually leaves up their decorations till New Year's, and I know I definitely do, so I'm going to utilize it in this video. I have to say, speaking of Isabella Rossellini, I did think it was funny because when she was talking and she was asking Joy the 4 questions, I kept having flashbacks to Death Becomes Her because she was so awesome in that movie. But spoiler alert, she did age. Haha. If you know Death Becomes Her, you know what I'm talking about. But speaking of spoilers, there will be some spoilers in this review because honestly, I don't really see how I could do a movie review on this movie and not have some spoilers. So yeah, just be aware of that. I warned you. I have to say right off the bat, I didn't fully buy the whole chemistry with her and her family. I get that they were going for the crazy, dysfunctional, and weird family life dynamic, and crazy and dysfunctional they are indeed. I just wasn't totally buying the chemistry there, especially between her and her ex-husband. It was as if something was almost missing from the formula with her and her ex. He's an unemployed musician who doesn't, really provide for his family per se. And, he's just like totally fine with her working and taking care of the kids and both of her parents. And, I'm never okay with that thought process. I mean, I realized that this story was based on a woman in her real life and her journey to success. And, it's very possible that something was really missing in this, like something got, lost in translation, or perhaps I'm just seeing it, in a different way. It's very possible, but there was just, I think for me, there was much left to be desired in that particular relationship between her and her ex. I know that a lot of people generally, there's some people out there that have some really unusual situations, and if it works for them, great. And I suppose these two were one of those exceptions to the rule. It's just, for me, it's funny because he really didn't seem like the most essential character, in my opinion, because, honestly, I really and truly kept forgetting his name. That kind of says it all for me. I literally could not remember his name. I think it's Tony, but I kept going, what's his name again? But then there's like a flip side to this with her ex-husband, because like he did introduce her to the TV people and, like the TV station, and he did make the comment, about the one thing that she shouldn't have listened to that she listened to, and then it all turned to crap. So, it was just like really interesting to see a certain kind of contribution that he did make in a way. To me, it was kind of like a day late and a dollar short, but whatever. The only real conclusion I can come to with her and her ex is possibly because her family was so insane, I think that maybe in a way he was kind of like an escape from her family, but only on the basis that he wasn't her blood, if that makes any kind of sense. Their family, because they have kids together and they were married, but he's not her blood, so it's kind of like an escape from that maybe thought process. That's really the only thing that I could, really make out, because when she does become successful, she does keep him on as her advisor, which still blows my mind. But you know what? Like I said, it's just one of those weird inexplicable relationships that happens to work for them. And I'm just gonna, leave it at that, because that's the only thing that really makes sense to me personally. I will say another person that I didn't really like in this movie is her sister. Oh my God, she is an opportunistic, snarky, bitter, sneaky little bitch. I just did not care for her at all. But I will say the Joan Rivers cameo was really great. Melissa Rivers actually played a younger version of Joan Rivers in this movie, and that was really cool. So bravo to Melissa Rivers for that. Bradley Cooper was really low-key, I felt, in this movie, but it was interesting because in that low-key kind of tone that he had and the way that he speaks, he manages to make otherwise really boring things almost sound intriguing. And I mean, just the way he speaks makes it enthralling and almost fascinating. And I was like really surprised by that. I was like, man, you know, he never ceases to amaze me in his acting roles. I will say that. And of course, you know, J Law was awesome. And, you know, I've seen her in more mature roles, but I really felt that this role was like really grown up for her. Like this was okay, you've hit the grown up plateau, I think. And all in all, I mean, I can definitely say that I like this movie because it's honestly very inspiring. It is true what they say in the commercials. It's definitely inspiring. It really shows the power of persistence. And, you know, this movie definitely has its ups and downs for sure. It kind of takes you on that ride of the entrepreneur, but it really does show the American dream in action, you know. And, you know, I think this movie kind of teaches you a few things for sure. It teaches you to make sure you have the right people around you. Make sure that you have the right people advising you. Make sure you have the right type of lawyer. Make sure you have a good poker face, and always, always, always read the fine print. Read what you're signing, people. That's all I'm going to say. But that's my thoughts on Joy with J Law and Bradley Cooper. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. And until next time.